The following is a presentation of Lion's Heart Media. Any use, rebroadcast, or redistribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of Lion's Heart Media is strictly prohibited. White looks to throw. He wants Boyd deep. Help over the top. Boyd adjusts. 1,000 and a score. Wilson drives in. She scores. Jensen, Grayson, give and go. Jensen elevates and she slams it down again. Arlo, top of the box, a drive, and he fires it in. As Concannon hammers the back line. Stripling fires it up. Spencer in space. Just got it. Touchdown, Sarah Catholic. Blocks quick out to Martin. Breaks the tackle. Martin cuts far side. There goes Quinton. See you later. One play. Touchdown, Leopards. Quinton Martin for 6 from 36. Southwestern PA has turned into a swamp, so we have a beach day on a Monday afternoon from James Weir Stadium. It's WPIAL 4A Section Softball, 4A Section 2, as most games on natural surfaces not being played on their natural surfaces here this afternoon into evening due to all the weather and the cold that we've had in the area as of late. This game originally scheduled to be played over at Washington Township, now moving to the beach, and we're pivoting here to James Weir Stadium this afternoon. Not our regularly scheduled program, but glad to be able to get out and bring you a contest here on what is going to be an interesting week of what we will be able to get. And we've already seen games move off of tomorrow, cancel for tomorrow, like Belle Vernon's baseball team canceled today and tomorrow, doubleheader at the DiVirgilio Sports Complex on Wednesday. We may have both of those games. Again, stay tuned for that. But again, seeing almost every game in the area being canceled. Belle Vernon baseball canceling. Fraser softball, saw them cancel. Ringgold baseball canceled as well. So, you know, a plethora of games not happening just due to unplayable field conditions this afternoon due to all the rain. And then tomorrow, you know, not really a chance for anything natural to dry out due to the 30-degree weather, low of mid-20s tomorrow. But glad to take a trip to the beach here at James Weir Stadium for section softball. Belle Vernon and Oakland Catholic both look for section win number 1. Belle Vernon was blanked 2-0 to the West Mifflin Titans. They're taking on the Ringgold Rams here this afternoon. That game, of course, on an all-turf surface is a A-OK contest. Good to go as we get set for this one between the Oakland Catholic Eagles and the Belle Vernon area Leopards, looking to bounce back off that 2-0 loss. Of course, didn't have Bella Williams or the likes of Katie Sokol. Of course, no Katie Sokol still out with that injury for the Belle Vernon area Leopards, but they do add Bella Williams back in center field here at the makeshift beach as we play from 50 down. Roughly estimate 175 down the left field line, and down the right field line roughly 185 as we get set for the Leps and the Oakland Catholic Eagles here. Game number 10 of the baseball softball season, 12 overall in the spring sports season on MVI Live, as it's going to be Lily Crawford in the circle here this afternoon at the beach, taking on this Oakland Catholic lineup, as it's Carly Polanowski, the sophomore first baseman, leading things off, batting second and doing the catching. Sophomore Addie Crummy in the 3 spot. It's Nina Hillard, the junior shortstop, batting .583 with 1 long ball and 4 runs batted in 3 games. Maddie Poland bats clean up the sophomore and center fielder. It's the sisters next. Natalie Waffen-Smith, the freshman, out in right field with a .571 average and 1 long ball on the season. Her sister, the sophomore, will be in the circle this afternoon in Natalie Waffen-Smith, or excuse me, Kennedy Waffen-Smith, the sophomore pitcher, bats In the sixth spot, batting seventh, will be Sierra Weir, the sophomore third baseman. Chloe Fettis, the junior, she's out in left field, bats in the 8-hole. And Sherry O'Connor, the senior, lone senior on the roster, she will bat ninth out at second base here this afternoon for the Oakland Catholic Eagles. 1-2, 0-1. Belle Vernon 2-5, 0-1. Lost to West Mifflin 2-0. Had a chance to get in, tie that game, was unable to. Belle Vernon just couldn't get the big hits in that contest against the West Mifflin Titans a week ago from today. Again, weather has not been kind here early on in the spring sports season, hoping to change that around. Oakland Catholic bumping down from 5A to 4A this season. They lost their opening game to South Allegheny 14-12, then shut out the Jeanette Jayhawks 2-0 before getting mashed 8 runs 10-2 to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. 16 runs, 424 against, -8 in the run differential, 5.3 runs per game, 8 runs against for the Oakland Catholic Eagles. For Coach Tom Rodriguez's Belle Vernon area Leopards, they are 37 runs for, 58 against, -21, 3.86 runs per game, and 8.29 runs against through 7 games this season. Got shut out 2-0 to West Mifflin in their last game. They've scored 3 runs over their last 2 contests. Then Uniontown, Ringgold, and Ligonier Valley all postponed for the Belle Vernon area Leopards as a swampy Monday around western Pennsylvania. It's a beach afternoon for the Eagles and the Belle Vernon area Leopards here on MVI Live as we get set for the Leopards and the Eagles of Oakland Catholic from 5A down to 4A. Oakland Catholic trying to figure things out as the Oakland Catholic Eagles last year just a trio of wins up in 5A, went 3-11, 1-9 for Oakland Catholic, as Oakland Catholic went 0-10 back in 2023, returning their junior infielder Ina Hillard and also sophomore outfielder Maddie Poland, who both were postseason honorees last year, as the Oakland Catholic Eagles take a beach trip here on this Monday afternoon. One of a few games being able to get in here this afternoon on MVI Live. Is just glad to be able to make something work. Found out that our originally scheduled game of South Allegheny Avonworth, which is actually still happening this afternoon, but getting bumped up to the turf surface at Avonworth instead of home for South Allegheny. That game scheduled for tomorrow, but talking to Coach Gibby Pahodich earlier today, said most likely that game will be played on Wednesday as well. Just doesn't see their field being ready due to the state it was in today and the cold weather. Being able to dry that out. So we'll see what happens again with the rest of the week, where we go, what we do. One thing we know for sure is it's section softball here to start our week on MVI Live. The Belle Vernon area Leopards, the Oakland Catholic Eagles, as both teams try to find section win number 1. As once again, we will take a look at the starting offensive lineup for Oakland Catholic. They will go against Lily Crawford in the circle. It was Grisnick who pitched very well against the West Mifflin Titans in the last game for Belle Vernon. And they'll turn to Crawford here today as Coach Tom Rodriguez trying to get his squad win number 3 on the season and snap this losing streak of 3 straight games. 6-9 to TJ, 10-3 to Southmoreland, 2-0 to West Mifflin. Last win 9-5 over Albert Gallatin. Belle Vernon beat Waynesburg Central as well as lost to Derry and Connellsville, and they got to find a way to get on a bit of a pace and a bit of a tear here if they want to find themselves where they want to be by the end of the year. As for Oakland Catholic, once again, we are going to look at their starting lineups as a group, though, for the Oakland Catholic Eagles here this season. Oakland Catholic is batting .352 with 6 doubles, 1 triple, 2 long balls, 9 extra base hits. They've left 21 batters on base, walked 7 times while striking out 29. 4 errors defensively and an earned run average at 7.5, 24 runs for, and 20 of them have been earned while walking just 6 batters and 5 strikeouts. That's all for today's starter as well. Kennedy Waffensmith has thrown every inning for the Oakland Catholic Eagles this season. Belle Vernon has made 9 semifinals since 2004. trying to find a way to get back to that for the first time since the 2023 season when they were the district champions, knocking off Montour. But it's Carly Polanowski, the sophomore first baseman, leading things off. Addie Crummy, the sophomore catcher, she bats second, with Nina Hillard, the junior shortstop, batting in the 3-hole here this afternoon. Batting cleanup, Maddie Pullen, the sophomore, will roam center field here at the beach, while Natalie Waffen-Smith, the freshman, will play in right field. Her sister will bat in the 6th spot. Kennedy, the sophomore, will do the pitching. Sarah Weir, the hot corner for the sophomore third baseman this afternoon, followed by Chloe Fettis out and left. And the lone senior on the roster, Sherry O'Connor, will bat 9th and play second base. So Polanowski, Crummy, Hillard, Pullen, Waffen-Smith, and Waffen-Smith with Weir, Fettis, and O'Connor for the Oakland Catholic Eagles against the Belle Vernon area Leopards. We'll take a quick step aside, come back, and get you ready for first pitch right here from James Weir Stadium on MVI Live.
The best local coverage of news, sports, and more. Make sure you subscribe to the Mon Valley Independent newspaper. Both print and e-edition subscriptions are available, and you can try the e-edition free for 30 days starting today. So make sure you log on to MonValleyIndependent.com for more information. Mon Valley Independent. What happens here matters here.
As meeting still commences, I'm sure some extra ground rules being dished out here this afternoon from James Weir Stadium again. So for those, we'll give you the big picture. Go to camera number 3 that shows you the entirety. 50-yard line, that's your third baseline, right down the 50-yard line, near sideline, all the way down this near gold sideline, right before you get to the black. Well, there's your right field line. It's 180. Right down the chute, down the 50-yard line. It's 175 down the right field line. So that's how your outfield, or excuse me, your boundary lines, your third base, your first base line play. They play right on the black 50-yard line, right on the gold and black trim. Technically the gold line, that is the sideline here at James Weir Stadium. That's the line you're playing for the first base line. Not necessarily easy to see up above. Kind of see a better view on that camera there, but you know, you see the press box shadow as well. Then out in center field, we also have a temporary fence put in from just off the 25-yard line and back all the way across the end zone to the goal post in center field. So there's your temporary fence. See that here. Of course, this is the third straight year, actually, we've had games at James Weir Stadium for Belle Vernon softball. So temp fence put out in center field around the 7-yard line, cuts down to the 5 into the end zone to the goal post from that far sideline. And rubber pitching mound put out around the 40-yard line, just above the 40, in between the 40 and the hash mark, and above the hash mark on the 30-yard line. That is where you see the second base bag. Again, normal rules, but this is not an easy surface to play on in any means for these girls. 100% turf, and it's even different when you go to even a field like West Mifflin that's 100% a turf field. It just plays much different when you're playing on a turf football field versus a field that is turfed for softball and baseball. Again, I've been down on James Weir Stadium plenty of times, whether it be for football, baseball, or softball. Again, not baseball, but football or softball, soccer as well, of course. Been down on this turf. I've also been on West Mifflin's field quite a few times. They are not the same turf that you see kind of just they're different, just the way you see an infield turf, especially, doing college baseball back when I was at Waynesburg, similar things, that they are different turfs necessarily. They just play a little different, in my opinion. As we get set to get underway, a battle at the beach here on Monday between the Oakland Catholic Eagles and the Belle Vernon area Leopards. Lily Crawford in the circle. Again, Belle Vernon, they don't make a habit of playing at the beach all that often, but back when the MVI first pitch tournament was happening, we had that here one year at the beach. Few games here for the MVI tournament to start the year, and then last year did a Saturday game here for the Belle Vernon Leopards. So again, it's not uncommon for Belle Vernon to play games here at the beach, just not what they try to make a living of. As West Mifflin, no surprise, top of the 5th inning, they're on the precipice of ending that game in just over an hour and 9 minutes. As West Mifflin leads 12-0, and it looks like the Titans are 2 outs away from mercy rolling and rolling the Ringgold Rams again here at the beach. Belle Vernon will take on the Oakland Catholic Eagles. So Lily Crawford will start things off in the circle. Carly Polanowski, the sophomore first baseman, will step in and lead things off for Oakland Catholic as Belle Vernon looks to get section win number 1, looks to snap this 3-game losing streak. First pitch by Crawford. Outside ball 1. First pitch 5-10 here from James Weir Stadium. Crawford toes the rubber, comes home. That one misses, now 2-0. So Lily Crawford falls behind early on. 2-0. Grounder right back under the glove of Crawford. Out to Hayes, bobbles it. And it's an E6 to start the afternoon. So a leadoff base runner off the Belle Vernon Air, and Oakland Catholic has a runner aboard with nobody out. As Carly Polanowski reaches, now it's going to be Addie Crummy, the sophomore catcher. E6 to start the afternoon. Again, not easy to play off of this surface. One on, nobody out. Crummy 167, one run batted in. Polanowski over at first. Lily Crawford checks the armband. Crawford, long look in, rocks and deals. Crawford popped up off the top of the backstop. As there's a strike on the right-handed hitting catcher, Crummy. And this came together rather quickly. About 4 o'clock was a normal-looking football field. Got the cage, the temp fence, and everything up here in about an hour. Crawford comes home with it. That one paints in the zone. 1-2 now the count on Crummy as Lily Crawford looking for out number 1. And shadow's also an issue, as you can tell, for pitcher batter, as Crawford strike 3 looking. Crummy goes down. 1 out with 1 on here in the top of inning number 1. Crawford pitching. It's Mia Zubovic, the Mercyhurst commit, doing the catching this afternoon. At the hot corner, Lauren Van Divner with Miley Hayes at short. Sokol at second, Beach at first. Callaway, Williams, Grisnick left to right in the Leopard outfield as Williams did not play the last game for Belle Vernon. Back in the lineup today out in center field, the 0-1. Chopper, first base bag. Beach grabs, no play a second, and late to first. So nobody out and on the play, and runners at first and second. Weak grounder to Beach. And Beach looked at second, didn't have a play, then nobody was covering first. And I'm on my scoring, give an error to the Belle Vernon Leopards as well. So 2 errors, 1 out. Crawford comes home. That one misses, ball 1. So 2 on, 1 out, top of the first inning. Oakland Catholic, Maddie Poland. 273 on the season, no runs batted in, no long balls. Nina Hillard, the one reaching at first on the error. She is the best hitter on this Oakland Catholic squad. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Polanowski at second, Nina Hillard at first, both reaching on infield errors by the Belle Vernon Leopards. A strikeout of Crummy in the middle. Outside, Zubovic lunges to take. 2-1 count here on the right-handed hitting Maddie Poland. Postseason honors after the season ended last year, so for Oakland Catholic, who was up in 5A. 3-1, and Crawford now one pitch away from loading the bases with Natalie Waffen-Smith, the freshman, who's been anything but easy to retire through the opening 3 games of the season, waiting on deck. Crawford rocks and deals 3-1. That one through the 5-hole of Zubovic. It's ball 4, so it doesn't matter. Everybody will advance. Zubovic did throw down to third. So it's a walk, and the bases are loaded without the luxury of a hit, and 1 out for Natalie Waffen-Smith. 571, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in for Waffen-Smith. Bases full of Oakland Catholic Eagles. Everything this inning will be unearned against Crawford if it does come to pass with 2 errors in the inning. So technically, bookkeeping-wise, Belle Vernon should be batting. How quickly 4 minutes can turn things to a bad news situation for Belle Vernon. 1-1 now on Waffen-Smith. Error, strikeout, error, and a walk against the junior Lily Crawford. Pitch comes home. Nowhere to put Waffen-Smith. 2-1 now on the ever-dangerous freshman right fielder, her sister, who's batting .500 as well. Stands on deck and trying to help her own cause, possibly, if the younger Waffen-Smith sister can't produce. 2-1 count, pitch by Crawford. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases full of Oakland Catholic Eagles here in the top of inning number 1. Error, strikeout, error, then a free pass. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Pitch comes home by Crawford, outside, count fills. Nowhere to put the right-handed hitting freshman right fielder. Crawford back up on the pitching rubber, payoff pitch, and ball 4. Bases remain loaded. The carousel goes in motion as Polanowski will touch home. Hillard moves to third. On to second goes Poland, and it's 1-0 Oakland Catholic here in the top of the first without the luxury of a hit. Now Kennedy Waffen-Smith can help her own cause. Bases loaded, 1 away. Strike 1 by Lily Crawford. Bases loaded, 1 out. Crawford the 0-1. Check swing, no swing. Appeal. She did indeed, so 0-2. Lily Crawford gets ahead. Kennedy Waffen-Smith trying to help her own cause here. The sophomore pitcher already with a 1-0 advantage. RBI walk by Natalie. Out her third, strike 3. Looking second strikeout with a backwards K by Lily Crawford. So 2 down, bases remain loaded. 1 already touching home. Sarah Weir below the Mendoza line at 125 on the season. 2 outs, bases full of Oakland Catholic Eagles. 1 run already in. 1 run batted in for Weir. Weir takes strike 1 by Crawford. Hillard at third, Poland at second, Waffen-Smith over at first. Bases loaded, 1 in, 1 out. Crawford comes home. 0-2. If you get out of this inning with just 1 run against if you're Crawford, you ought to feel pretty good about how this inning started to kind of prevent the crooked number from going on the scoreboard. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases full of Eagles. Pitch comes home, swing and a miss. Crawford strikes out 3, gives up 1 without a hit, and we've played 1 half inning. Your score, Oakland Catholic 1, Belle Vernon coming to bat as Lily Crawford fans a trio, so 1 run, no hits a couple of errors, a couple of walks, and the bases left loaded by Oakland Catholic. But back-to-back punch-outs by Lily Crawford with the bases loaded keeps this a 1-0 game as Belle Vernon will come to bat here against Kennedy Waffen-Smith. Waffen-Smith, a 7.50 earned run average in 18 2/3 innings of work, 24 runs for 20 of them earned, giving up 33 hits, striking out 5, walking 6. Opponents batting .379 on the season against the 1-2 pitcher, as it's going to be the sophomore shortstop Miley Hayes, 500 on the season, 1 homer, 6 runs batted in for Miley Hayes. Maddie Grisnick, the junior right fielder, she bats second, with Bella Williams, the junior, out in center field, another 500 hitter for the Leps. Taylor Beach over at first base, 381 on the year, batting cleanup, followed by Lily Crawford in the 5 spot. It's Lauren Van Divner batting 6th, the senior, at third base, with Mia Zubovic in the 7th spot doing the catching this afternoon for the senior Mercyhurst commit. Kaylee Seipelt, the sophomore, at second base, and Sydney Calloway, the junior, will be in left field this afternoon. Hayes, Grisnick, Williams, Beach, Crawford, Van Divner, Zubovic, Seipelt, and Calloway, as there's ball 1 on Miley Hayes. As Hayes wears that one. Last game, Miley reached every trip to the plate, so base runner to start for Belle Vernon. Hit by pitch, Miley Hayes aboard. Now Maddie Grisnick, the junior right fielder, pitched a gem against West Mifflin. Got the loss, though. 2-0, was outdoled by Dobnik. Grisnick shows bunt in there, strike. Hayes runs, Hayes in safely at second base. A stolen base for Miley Hayes as a collision with the shortstop Hillard. So a hit by pitch, a stolen base, and now Maddie Grisnick, a chance to move the tying run just 60 feet away. Bella Williams on deck, back in the lineup for Belle Vernon. Foul tip through the backstop. Runner at second, nobody out. 0-2 count on the junior right fielder Grisnick. Waffen-Smith comes home, floats it in up high, now 1-2. Hayes retreats back to the second base bag. So Hayes at second with nobody out. 1-0 Oakland Catholic leads in the bottom of the first. 1-2 offering by Waffen-Smith. Turned on, popped out to left. No problem there, into the glove of Fettis for out number 1 on the F7. Fettis in left, Poland in center, with Natalie Waffen-Smith out in right for the Oakland Catholic Eagles. Infield, Weir at third, Hillard at short with O'Connor at second. It's Polanowski at first, Crummy catching Kennedy Waffen-Smith, as Bella Williams will dig in with 1 on and 1 away for the Belle Vernon area Leopards. Bella Williams, 1 long ball, 6 runs batted in, sneaks one through the middle. Hayes on the delay. She'll move up to third on the throw. Into second goes Bella Williams. So Belle Vernon with the runners at second and third, and just 1 away for Taylor Beach. First hit of the game belongs to Bella Williams of Belle Vernon. Now the lefty Beach. 381 on the air. She's driven in 4. First pitch takes it the other way. Plenty of room in foul real estate, no fence to deny, but unable to get there was Hillard. You can run for miles and miles. Doesn't matter how far the foul ball goes. The only thing they could be part of the ground crew rule, that if the ball gets by the 40, which is where the bench is, that it is technically out of play at that point. As Beach takes there, now 0-2 on Taylor Beach. Tying run 60 feet away in Miley Hayes, led off the inning with a hit by pitch. As Beach bloops it up to first into the glove of Polanowski. Big out number 2 by Waffen-Smith, so 2 down and 2 in scoring position for Lauren, or make it Lily Crawford. Crawford a chance to help her own cause. Pitch comes home. Crawford fouls it off. Strike 1. Lily Crawford, 421 on the season. She's driven in a pair. Split time between right field and the circle. Pitch comes home. Crawford takes out her third. Now 0-2. Belle Vernon had 2 in scoring position with 1 away. And right now, Leopards on the precipice of not being able to tie this game here in the first. 2-strike pitch, chopped right back. Waffen-Smith on to first to Polanowski. 1-3 goes the retirement. No runs, a hit batter, no errors. And the Leopards leave a pair aboard. We've played 1 full inning now here on MVI Live. Your score, the Oakland Catholic Eagles won, the Belle Vernon area Leopards nothing, right here on MVI Live.
There's no better way to start your morning than with a fresh cup of coffee, and why not start with the best? 3-time Mon Valley favorite winner, His Place Coffee Community and More, located at 103rd Street in Monessen. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have something for everyone. From our fresh brewed coffee, refreshing cold brews, house-made lattes, fraps, and so much more. If you can't decide 4 days of the week, I'll personally be there to help you craft the perfect drink for your needs. We're also serving up house-made breakfast and lunch paninis, homemade baked goods with gluten and dairy-free options available. We are so much more than just a coffee shop, offering community outreach including Kids Craft Day and Story Time. There's always something new brewing, and we can't wait to see you at His Place Coffee, Community, and More.
Back from the beach, it's 8-9-1. Fettis, O'Connor, and Polanowski against the righty Lily Crawford. First pitch, strike 1. Crawford back up on the rubber. Pitch comes home, swing and a miss, 0-2. Lily's already struck out a trio. Has surrendered a run without the luxury of an Oakland Catholic hit. 0-2 by Crawford, fouled off right side, out of play. Count stays 0-2 on Chloe Fettis, 444 on the season. Pitch comes home, flared out the short, eats up Hayes again. And Oakland Catholic, another base runner. Belle Vernon's defense been anything but sharp here in this one. Now, Sherry O'Connor, the lone senior on the season. 200 hitter for O'Connor. Pitch comes home, swing and a miss. 1 on, nobody out. 0-1 count now on the senior O'Connor. Oh, 2 count, 1 on, nobody out. A snap throw back to first, Beach. On to Sokol, back to Beach, and they got her. Two, 3, 4-3 pickoff of Chloe Fettis. So 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 count here. As Crawford back up on the pitching rubber, rocks and deals. 1-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Lily Crawford. 2 down here in inning number 2. So Crawford struck out 4. Back to the top where Carly Polanowski, who reached on an error, scored the lone run of this game. At least from my scoring. My scoring has 3 Leopard errors in this game. No Oakland Catholic hits. 0-1 the count. One to Polanowski, up high out of the crouch. Zubovic grabs. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 2nd inning. Crawford trying to keep it a 1-0 deficit. Crawford comes home. Outer third paints the black. Now 1-2. Crawford 1 strike away from putting up a 0 here in inning number 2. Crawford back up on the pitching rubber. 1-2 by Crawford in the air. Popped out. Short or second baseman Seipold. As Kaylee Seipold on the P4 takes care of business. No runs, no hits, and error, but nobody left aboard. We've now played 1.5. Oakland Catholic leads by 1, but Belle Vernon back to work at the bat rack, looking to take advantage of Waffen-Smith, who was able to work through a 2-runner in scoring position, 1-out situation back in inning number 1. And keep it a 1-0 Oakland Catholic lead as we head to the home half of inning number 2. It's Oakland Catholic 1, Belle Vernon 0 right here on MVI Live. As it's going to be Van Divner, Zubovic, and Seipold for the Belle Vernon area Leopards. So it's going to be the Mercyhurst recruit, the Potomac State recruit for Belle Vernon. Then Kaylee Seipold, the sophomore, who is replacing the injured Katie Sokol. Of course, Katie's dad, an assistant coach for the Ringgold Rams squad. First pitch, Van Divner charges it out towards the gap. That one hops off the 10th fence in right center. And Van Divner starts the 2nd with a bang for Belle Vernon. A leadoff 2-bagger for Lauren Van Divner. And Belle Vernon in business here in the bottom of the 2nd. 2nd straight inning, the Leps have had a runner in scoring position with nobody out. The question is, can Belle Vernon make it count? As Van Divner at 2nd, now it's Mia Zubovic. Tough start to her senior season, 191 homer, 3 runs batted in. Zubovic takes low, ball 1. Tying run standing 120 feet away out at second base. Pitch comes home, Zubovic. Hard liner, Hillard. On the delay, there goes Van Divner. So 6-3, the retirement of Zubovic. On the play, Lauren Van Divner moves to 3rd. So 1 out, runner at 3rd for Belle Vernon. And another chance to play some small ball. It's Kaylee Seipold, the sophomore, looking for her first run batted in of the campaign. If she can find a way to bring in Lauren Van Divner from 3rd. Waffen-Smith. First pitch right past the glove of O'Connor. Into score comes Van Divner. Seipold to 2nd. She's not stopping there. She'll go for 3. And it's an RBI triple for Seipold, and Belle Vernon gets the equalizer. As the Leopards on the board, Kaylee Seipold, the RBI triple. And it's 1-1 here in the bottom of the 2nd. Callaway now, the junior, 200 hitter. First RBI of the season for Seipold. Now Callaway turns on one. That one's a fair ball. Down the left field line. Into score comes Seipold. Into 2nd goes Callaway. So 3rd extra base hit of the inning for Belle Vernon. And the Leopards lead it 2-1. An RBI double by Sydney Callaway turns the lineup card over. And the Leps Third hit of the inning. Hayes walked. Ball gets away. Pass ball. There's a free bag for Sidney Calloway. So runner at third, one out. 1-0 count here on Miley Hayes, who was hit by a pitch, stranded at third back in the first. Pitch comes home. Hayes takes. Outer third now 2-0 on Miley Hayes. Grisnick on deck, flew out to the left fielder, Chloe Fettis. A lot of room right up the gut. Pitch comes home. Half-hearted swing, but enough for a strike there on Hayes. Now 2-1. 2-1 Belle Vernon on top of Oakland Catholic here in the bottom of inning number 2. Pitch comes home. Hayes takes again. Now 3-1 on Miley Hayes. Hayes looking for her 7th RBI of the campaign. Pitch to Hayes. Count full, 3-2, 1 out, 1 on, 2 in. Kennedy Waffen-Smith, the sophomore. Comes home, payoff pitch. Hayes takes ball 4 as Hayes has reached twice without the luxury of a hit in back-to-back innings. Hit by pitch, now a walk to Miley Hayes, puts runners at the corners for Maddie Grisnick, the junior. 273 on the year, 0 for 1 today with a fly out to the left fielder, Chloe Fettis. Shows bunt, pulls back, strike 1 on the play. Hayes swipes second stolen base for Miley Hayes. 0-1 count on Grisnick. So 2 in scoring position. Pitch comes home. Grisnick takes now 0-2 with 1 out, 2 on. 2 already in, 2-1. Belle Vernon leads in the bottom of inning number 2. Double by Van Divner, RBI triple by Seipold, and an RBI double by Calloway. Grisnick takes strike 3, looking, and there's a big out, number 2 for the sophomore. First strikeout this afternoon for Kennedy Waffen-Smith, and now Bella Williams, who's 1 for 1. Bella a chance to get Belle Vernon up by a trio. Pitch to Williams. Skies it right side of the infield. The first baseman over Polanowski with the retirement. As the first and the third, or the first and the second, both have Polanowski recording a pop-out. Williams retired, but Belle Vernon strikes for 2 on 3 hits. No errors, a walk, and Belle Vernon strands 2 more. They've stranded 4 through 2, but they lead at 2-1 after 2 right here on your home for Mon Valley Athletics, MVI Live.
It's time to level up your fitness game with Phase Up Nutrition in Jefferson Hills. Veteran-owned and operated Phase Up has been providing the community with top-quality vitamins and supplements with a priority in providing exceptional customer service. When you walk into Phase Up Nutrition, you'll get one-on-one help tailored to your specific goals. We carry a wide variety of workout supplements, pre-workout and post-workout formulas, and all types of vitamins. Come by Phase Up Nutrition today. Phase Up Nutrition, here to help you surpass those unimaginable goals.
Crummy, Hillard, and Poland. That's 2-3-4 in the Oakland Catholic order due up here against Lily Crawford of the Belle Vernon area Leopards. Crawford working with a lead for the first time today. Ball 1 misses outside. Addie Crummy struck out looking, one of 4 strikeout victims of Crawford here in this one. 1-0 offering by Crawford, make it 2-0 now, missing on the inside part of the plate. 2-0 count, nobody on, nobody out. Leadoff hitters reached on East 6 in inning 1 and 2. Pitch comes home, and now 3-0 as Crawford on the verge of possibly a 3rd straight inning with a leadoff base runner for Oakland Catholic. up high, ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk to start the third. 1 on, nobody out once again for Oakland Catholic, who's had runners aboard every single inning thus far. Nina Hillard reached on an E3, was stranded at third back in inning number 1. Hillard takes ball 1, and Crawford, a lack of control right now. Grisnick is out and right. That could be the switch if Crawford can't start to command the pitches here in inning number 3. Pitch comes home. Crawford has this one popped up right side. Seipel back to the 20. Makes the catch there for out number 1. Back to first on the play goes Crummy, so 1 out, 1 on. Now it's Poland. Was a walk victim, stranded at second in the first. Part of back-to-back walks that brought in the opening run of the game. First pitch, ball 1. And Crawford right now struggling to find the strike zone. She's already walked a couple of batters in this contest. Pitch comes home. 2-0. Fouled off. And just getting word, too, involves Belle Vernon. Interesting baseball matchup coming up this week on Thursday. And I'm really hoping the weather cooperates, because that's where we'll be going now. Pop up left field under a Callaway. It's an F7. Coach Tony Watson and the Belle Vernon Leopards going to make a trip out to Portview to take on Sarah Catholic. As that should be a pretty good matchup for Coach Watson's bunch after playing a doubleheader tomorrow or on Wednesday right now scheduled. And talking to Coach Watson about doubleheader on Wednesday, and now he was letting me know, hey, Thursday we're playing Sarah Catholic now at Portview, and never mind covering a couple of local teams. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-0 count here on Waffen-Smith. RBI walk back in the first. Pitch comes home by Crawford, swing and a miss, 1-1. And we'll hope the weather cooperates with us. Pitch comes home by Lily Crawford. Crawford in there now, 1-2, 1 strike away from working around the leadoff walk, pop out and fly out. Strike 3, looking Lily Crawford. Leadoff walk, then the pop out, the fly out, the strikeout. 5th of the afternoon for Crawford. No runs, no hits, no errors. Another Eagle left stranded aboard the base path. 2.5 chapters have come to a close. Your score, the Oakland Catholic Eagles 1, the Belle Vernon Area Leopards 2. They'll look to add on as we head to the home half of the 3rd inning here on MVI Live as Belle Vernon. It's going to be Beach, Crawford, Van Divner. That's 4, 5, 6 in the Leopard order. A combined 1 for 3 with a run scored out of those 3. That was over the first and the second inning. Lauren Van Divner, the lone Leopard to reach in that juncture as we hit the home half of inning number 3 with Belle Vernon leading 2-1. Leps have stranded 4 runners aboard so far in this contest. So see if Belle Vernon can get back on the right track here in this one with a 2-1 advantage over the Oakland Catholic Eagles. And the Leps looking to add on here this afternoon against Oakland Catholic with 4, 5, 6, Beach, Crawford, and Van Divner due up in the lineup. Beach popped out to the first baseman. That was Polanowski with runners at second and third and just 1 away. That prevented Belle Vernon from tying. Then Crawford would ground back out to the pitcher, Kennedy Waffen-Smith, keeping it a 1-0 Oakland Catholic advantage for the time being. First pitch, strike one to the lefty, Beach. And here at James Weir Stadium, we're looking at 180 down the left field line, 185 down the right field. A little blooper out to short. Hillard under it, makes the grab. One up, one down. Weak contact to the shortstop. As quick work there for Waffen Smith on the bump. Now Lily Crawford. Ground back out to the pitcher, Waffen Smith, with Van Divner now on deck. That ended inning number one. As there's ball one on Lily Crawford, who will look to help her own cause this afternoon. Maybe start something in the third for Belle Vernon. 1-0 to Crawford. Crawford out to second, off the glove of O'Connor. Crawford reaches on the error. As a charge by O'Connor at first prevented that. Going to see a courtesy runner by Coach Tom Rodriguez. And for Belle Vernon, out to run for the Leopards, I believe it's Hibner, but I'm going to double check real quick if my papers want to cooperate. And it is indeed. So Paisley Hibner going to do the running here from James Weir Stadium for the pitcher Crawford. And no game tomorrow right now on the network. Going to keep you updated on what our schedule looks like as well. 36 degrees. I doubt, first off, natural surfaces are going to get games tomorrow. And this equipment costs way too much money to have in 30-degree weather. So don't want to risk doing one game to prevent doing the rest of the season. Then Wednesday, up in the air, that Belle Vernon doubleheader a possibility. Still on the schedule, that or maybe South Allegheny Avonworth if that game gets moved to Wednesday. And then, of course, Thursday, now Belle Vernon Sarah Catholic on our radar. That game just getting added. So that's absolutely right now our scheduled Thursday game. Then South Allegheny West Mifflin on Friday under the lights down in West Mifflin. Snap throw back to first. In safely, and the bag comes off. Just trying to place it back in was Hibner. Van Divner 1 for 1 with a double. Rang it out to the right center field fence. Van Divner will dig back in, 1 on, 1 out. The 2-0 to Lauren Van Divner. Turns on one, left side foul past the third base bag. Rattles off the far side bleacher, now 2-1 on Lauren Van Divner. Potomac State recruit. She's reached once, scored once. Can she find a way to do it again here? Pitch comes home. Van Divner, ground ball through the left side, past the glove of Weir. Station gain for Belle Vernon. 2 on with 1 out. Fifth hit for Belle Vernon. Van Divner now 2 for 2. Hibner on to second. Mia Zubovic will take her cuts. Grounded out to the shortstop, Hibner, back in the second for out number 1. Strike 1 on Mia Zubovic. Will join her sister next year at Mercyhurst. Two on, 1 out. 0-2 count on Zubovic. Leps have stranded 4 so far here this afternoon. As Zubovic chops it left side foul into the glove of Weir. 2-1 Leopards lead. 2 on. 0-2 count on Zubovic with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Leps looking to add some insurance here in the home half of the third. Zubovic takes. That one misses to Mia. Crawford at second. Van Divner at first. It's actually Hibner at second, the courtesy runner. As Zubovic skies one up. Home run in an elevator shaft into foul territory. No problem by Polanowski. Pop up to the first baseman. 2 down as Zubovic retired. 2 outs, 2 on. Seipelt an RBI triple and a run scored already. Grounded one through the right side of the infield, and it quickly scooted to the center field fence. Seipelt a little nubber. Going to be a tough play. Seipelt running hard, and she's going to be safe at first. An infield 2-out base knock keeps the inning alive as Kaylee Seipelt hustles down the line to load the bases up for Belle Vernon. Hibner on to third, Van Divner to second. An RBI double by Callaway drove in a run in the second. That made it 2-1 Belle Vernon. Can Callaway do it again? That one bounces. Ball 1 to Sydney Callaway. First time the Leps have loaded the bases this afternoon, or this evening. 1-0. 2-0 now on the right-handed hitting Sydney Callaway. Just 7 walks on the season. As Callaway off the glove and taking it will be the shortstop Hibbert. Great play by Hibbert to back up Weir as it's going to be a fielder's choice to end the inning as Van Divner retired on the 6th unassisted putout. No runs, a couple of hits, and error in the inning, and Belle Vernon leaves the bases loaded. So 5, 6, 7 base runners left stranded for Belle Vernon through 3 innings of work. And the thing is, Leopards have stranded 6 runners in scoring position so far through 3 innings here this afternoon on your home for Mon Valley Athletics, MVI Live. It's time to customize your ride with TC Customized in Jefferson Hills. Wheels, rims, and tires, along with lift kit and lowering kits, full service auto detailing, along with custom audio systems, remote starts, alarms, custom lighting, tints, and so much more. Whatever your need is, you can completely customize your ride today at TC Customized. Call today at 412-384-5300. 2-1 Leps on top of the Eagles as we head to the top of the 4th frame. Belle Vernon trying to take care of business against Oakland Catholic. Waffen, Smith, Weir, and Fettis. It's Kennedy who struck out leading things off. Crawford yet to set the side down in order without allowing a base runner. Was 3 up, 3 down in the second, but there was an error in there to start the inning in a Mia Zubovic 2-3, 4-3 pickoff. Strike 1 here on Kennedy Waffen Smith. Waffen Smith, one of 5 strikeout victims today. Quickly 0-2 in the count. Waffen Smith's done a good job working through base running traffic on her end as she stranded 7 Leopards through 3 innings. Outside 1 and 2. Even if Belle Vernon scores, you get one of those runs in the first. You had 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Got to bring 1 in the first. You get a big hit in the second and in the third. Belle Vernon, you're easily looking at 5 more runs. Could be a 7-1 game, if not worse, as Waffen Smith strikes out. There's punch out number 6 for Lily Crawford. Back-to-back case for Crawford, striking out the Waffen Smith sisters. Now Weir, who is a strikeout victim as well, will take her second cuts of the afternoon here from the beach. Pitch comes home. Swing and a miss. Big chase there for strike 1. Sarah Weir to end inning number 3. Had the ball ricochet off her glove. Just got enough to stop it around the BVA logo and allowed the shortstop to come over Hiller to make the play at third as inside bending back 1-1 is Weir. First inning that the Eagles have been unable to get the leadoff hitter aboard. Pitch comes home. That one slammed off the top of the backstop for strike number 2. It's a little up and under on that one. 1-2 count. Crawford looking for the hat trick of strikeouts in a row. Comes home with it. Swing and a miss. Make it 3 in a row for Lily Crawford. 7 in the game through 3 2/3 innings for Lily Crawford. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Now it's Chloe Fettis, led off the 2nd. On an E6 by Hayes, was picked off 2-3, 4-3. Went Zubovic Beach, Seipel Beach, swing and a miss, strike 1. Crawford, who struggled to find the strike zone to start inning number 3, got some help from Hillard on a 1-0 pitch, popping out after a 4-pitch walk. Then Poland popped out, was able to bounce back with a strikeout, and now back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning, and Crawford up 0-2 in the count here. 7 Ks for Crawford. Can she make it 8? Chloe Fettis at the dish. The 0-2 by Crawford outside, no chase. Good waste pitch there by Lily Crawford. Nobody on. 2 out, bottom of the 4th inning. Crawford back up on the pitching rubber. 1-2. Evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Middle school softball will be taking place after this one. Busy day at the beach. Again, you can't avoid the nice weather days as 2-2 misses. Fills it up at 3-2, and that's what we have here today. It is a genuinely decent day. A little cool out, I mean, low 50s, but no rain. You got to take advantage with the rest of this week. And playing games at the beach, that's the option. And good morning, good afternoon, good night. 1, 2, 3. Goes the Eagles in the top of the 4th as Crawford strikes out the side in order. 8 strikeouts now for Crawford. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. We've now played 3.5. Your score: the Belle Vernon Leopards 2, the Oakland Catholic Eagles 1. Oakland Catholic hitless through 4 innings of work if you're going by my score sheet. Again, I have 3 errors and a ton of walks by Crawford as Belle Vernon will start things off in the top of the order here in inning number 4. It's Hayes, Grisnick, and Williams. Hayes, no official ABs, and 2 plate appearances, was hit by a pitch and walked. Stole a couple of bags, has been stranded at 2nd and 3rd. So far for Belle Vernon. Quick word of advice from head coach Tom Rodriguez. As Hayes will dig back in, 2-1, Leps lead, bottom of the 2nd inning. You know, I like when Belle Vernon gets to play at the beach, too, for other reasons besides just it's a unique experience as that one bounces for ball 1. But it gives us a chance to cover Belle Vernon in a technical home game. Can't cover Belle Vernon at their normal home field over in Washington Township. The internet is atrocious, and that's being generous. As Hayes swinging a miss for strike 1. We may be able to get on for half an inning, then kick off, and then get on for another half inning, and then get kicked off. So that's why we cover Belle Vernon on the road if we can for softball. As right back up the gut, hit by pitch, walk, and now a single. Miley Hayes on base for the 3rd time today. Belle Vernon picking up their 7th hit of the afternoon. It's a leadoff base runner for Belle Vernon for the 3rd time here this afternoon. As Hayes has reached for the 3rd time, she stole a couple of bags. The question is, can Hayes score for the first time today? She's been stranded twice. Grisnick doesn't show bunt, takes ball 1. Everybody thought it was coming for Oakland Catholic, and everyone thought Hayes was going to take off towards 2nd. She did not. The second baseman, O'Connor, shading the first base towards the first base bag. As 2-0 now on Grisnick. Hayes hasn't went in motion yet. See if she does here. Hayes stays put. Now gets to the backstop. Hayes will take off. 3-0 on Grisnick. Wild pitch puts Hayes into scoring position for the 3rd time this afternoon for Belle Vernon. 3-0 count on Grisnick. Flew out, struck out looking. Now looking to draw the free pass. Will be the 2nd walk of the afternoon. That will have to wait. 3-1 now. On Maddie Grisnick. Flew out to Fettis, struck out looking, back in the 2nd. Now with 1 on here in the 4th. Fouls it off, count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner at 2nd is Miley Hayes for Belle Vernon. 2-1 Leps lead, 1 in the 1st for Oakland Catholic. A couple of errors, a couple of walks plated that run. Leps scored 2 in the 2nd on 3 hits. 3 extra base hits as Grisnick out the center. That drops down. Hayes was going to tag. She'll move up to 3rd either way. So it's a single off the bat of Grisnick, and Belle Vernon with runners at the corners and nobody out. 8 hits now for the Leopards. Back-to-back base knocks. Bella Williams, single and a pop out. Popped out with 2 in scoring position in the second. Now Williams with 2 on and nobody out. Pitch by Waffen-Smith to Williams, ball 1. As Waffen-Smith seeing some control issues like we saw with Crawford a little bit a few innings back. Gave up the singles, but went 3-0 on the last batter. Now pump fake throw to second, kept in the back pocket of Addie Crummy. So Grisnick takes second. Again, you do that, you think the throw comes down. Hayes possibly comes in to score. Pitch comes home. Williams turns on one out to left. Fettis ranging back off the glove of Fettis. That's going to plate at least 1. 2-base error puts Williams at second, and a run comes in to score. Going to be an RBI as well for Williams. At least I'm going to give one, as it would have been a sac fly for Belle Vernon, bringing in Hayes. And it's 3-1 Leopards. Second error on Oakland Catholic. Taylor Beach 0 for 2. Pop out to first, pop out to short. That's to the backstop. And again, no room for advancement here with this temporary cage. When it comes to advancing from third to home, you can advance around the base path, but it's trapped in a very tight window. So Beach in a 1-0 count. That one, well, that gets completely under the backstop. That'd be one way to advance, but again, that's a no-go. So 2-0 now on Beach, as that one popped out of the backstop, out the back corner. Couple of wild pitches. Belle Vernon 2 in scoring position, a chance to break it open here in the 4th. Beach 0 for 2. Crawford on deck. She's 0 for 2 as well. Van Divner's had the hot bat, 2 for 2. Seipel 2 for 2. They've been the big bats for Belle Vernon. 3-1 Leps lead. Beach, roller down the first base line. That one foul. Hayes in to score. She's been on base 3 times. First time Hayes has scored. Grisnick at third. Williams at second. Beach at the dish. Pitch comes to Beach. Beach swing, a late one at that. And that was strike 2. Beach started headed out of the box. I thought it was just strike 2. Everyone down there thinking strike 3, except our home plate umpire. Me and him on the same page. So 2-2 count, 2 on, nobody out. Beach looking for the ribby. It'd be number 5 of the season. Beach, ground ball right side off the glove of O'Connor. Tossed to first in time, as coming in to score is Grisnick and Bella Williams for Belle Vernon. Or they must have, excuse me, I thought that's a ball out of play is what happened. As ground ball, shortstop, in time over at first for out number 2. And let me explain my point of what I missed here. So on the ball out of play, Maddie Grisnick came in to score, and then Bella Williams scoring on that last one, which was the RBI 4-6 ground out of Beach. Crawford went down 6-3. So it is 5-1 Belle Vernon, and Van Divner now 3 for 3. 2-out single for Van Divner. I thought the umpire saying dead ball, but just ball out of play. I'm going to re-back and watch the tape, make sure I'm not going crazy here. As Zubovic gets on the score sheet with a single. Van Divner to second, so back-to-back 2-out base knocks for Belle Vernon by Van Divner and Zubovic. Gonna have a courtesy runner for Zubovic. So the ball out of play was a run for Belle Vernon. That's where that one run did come in to score for the Leopards in Grisnick. That was run 4. Williams was run 5. It is 5-1 Belle Vernon. 2 on. Courtesy runner Schneider at first. As Seipelt flares it right side foul. First strike 1. Just wanted to get that order of housekeeping together. I thought when the umpire hands up was calling it a dead ball that you can't advance on that, but you can indeed, and it's just a result of a ball out of play. So the advancement of the base is where that run came in. Again, different groundkeeping rules here at the beach versus a regular field. 2 on, 2 out, 3 in. 5-1 Leopards lead. Now 1-1 here on the righty Seipelt. RBI triple run scored, infield single. Can Kaylee go 3 for 3, adding a couple more ribbies to her tally? As that one finds the zone on Seipelt. 2 on, 2 down. Kaylee Seipelt, the second baseman. Turns on one, left side foul, yanking it to the left side of the 50-yard line. Count remains 1-2 on Seipelt. 2 on, 2 down, 5-1. Leps lead. Seipelt pulls the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. 5-1. Belle Vernon leads. Pitch comes home. Seipelt in the air, right side out of play again. Count stays even on Seipelt. Looking for her 3rd hit of the afternoon. 2-2 count on Seipelt. Van Divner at second. Schneider, the courtesy runner, at first. As Seipelt will dig back in, looking to join Van Divner, going 3 for 3 today. Pitch comes home. That one bounces. Count fills up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Leps have plated 3 more here in inning number 5. Hayes, Grisnick, and Williams all in to score. As ball 4, Seipelt draws the free pass, and for the 2nd straight inning, Leps have loaded them up. Van Divner at 3rd, Snyder at 2nd, Seipelt at 1st for Sydney Callaway. Callaway 1 for 2 with an RBI double. Grounded out with the bases loaded last inning did Callaway. Looking for a better result here. Belle Vernon stranded 7 through 3 2/3 so far. 2-0 now on Callaway. 9th Leopard to come to the bat or the dish here this inning. Leps on the precipice of batting around. Can Callaway work the walk maybe? 2-0. 3-0, Sydney Callaway. Sure lights all red here for the green and gold in the junior Callaway. 1 pitch outside the zone, and it's a 6-1 Leopard advantage here in the 4th. Pitch comes home. Callaway takes 3-1, working back now Waffen-Smith. As Kennedy Waffen-Smith trying to work things back in her favor. Bases loaded, 2 outs, Leps by 4. 3-1 offering to Sydney Callaway. Callaway yanks it left side, foul down the 3rd baseline. And the count fills up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 5-1. Belle Vernon leads. 4 hits this inning, 1 error, 1 walk. Count full on Callaway. Bases full of Belle Vernon Leopards. Payoff pitch up and in, nowhere close. And Belle Vernon plates another on the free pass. As Van Divner will touch home. Bases stay loaded as Belle Vernon turns things back up top. An RBI walk for Callaway. Fifth RBI of the season, second ribby of the game for Callaway. As Seipel goes to second, Snyder to third. Van Dibner touches home for the second time today. That's run number 6 for Belle Vernon. Leps have plated 4 here in inning number 4 as Belle Vernon has batted around. As we continue on in the 4th inning, Hayes hit by a pitch, walked, stole second, led off this inning with a leadoff single, scored the 3rd run for Belle Vernon. That one gets away. Everybody stays in place. 1-0 now on Hayes. Just 6 walks all season entering play. As Hayes fouls it off, count evens up at 1-1. That's for Waffen-Smith, who has now issued the free pass a couple times this inning, 3 times in this game, and hit a batter. Vernon again's already stranded 7 base runners today. Hayes, ground ball, in and out of the glove of the shortstop. Hillard recovers in time. As Hillard, calm, cool, collected, 6-3 goes the retirement, but Belle Vernon adds to their total of 2. They played 4 more. They do it on 4 hits, a couple of walks, an error in the inning. And for the 2nd straight inning, Belle Vernon leaves them loaded, but the Leps lead 6-1 after 4 as we head to the top of the 5th right here on MVI Live.
There's no better way to start your morning than with a fresh cup of coffee, and why not start with the best? 3-time Mon Valley favorite winner, His Place Coffee Community and More, located at 103rd Street in Monessen. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have something for everyone. From our fresh brewed coffee, refreshing cold brews, house-made lattes, fraps, and so much more. If you can't decide 4 days of the week, I'll personally be there to help you craft the perfect drink for your needs. We're also serving up house-made breakfast and lunch paninis, homemade baked goods with gluten and dairy-free options available. We are so much more than just a coffee shop, offering community outreach including Kids Craft Day and Story Time. There's always something new brewing, and we can't wait to see you at His Place Coffee, Community, and More.
Top 5 Belle Vernon by 5 here on MVI Live. And we get ready to roll in the top half of the 5th inning after Belle Vernon played at 4, bringing 10 girls to the dish. It's 9-1-2. O'Connor struck out against Callaway in the 2nd. Then Polanowski and Crummy due up as well. O'Connor. First pitch by Lily Crawford. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Crawford struck out 4 straight. Foul up off the top of the backstop, now 0-2. Pitch comes home by Crawford, inside, 1-2 now on O'Connor. One, two. Swing and a miss. Another one. Crawford strikes out the opening batter of the inning. 5 straight strikeouts, 9 overall for Lily Crawford. Now as Polanowski reached on an error, scored a run, popped up to the second baseman Seipel as well. First AB since the 2nd inning, takes ball 1 outside. Six-1 Leps lead top 5. As Crawford works it back even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Crawford up on the pitching rubber. 1-1 by Crawford. Fouled off, now 1-2. As out in front and underneath that one was Carly Polanowski. After a shaky first with a couple of Leopard errors and a walk, Crawford. And a couple of walks, I should say. Crawford has really settled in and strikes out another double-digit punch-outs for Lily Crawford. Her 10th, 6th in a row for Crawford. So 2 outs and nobody on for Addie Crummy. Struck out and walked against the right-hander. Strike one there. Oh, one ground ball through the right side as there's a base knock for Addie Crummy. First hit of the afternoon for Oakland Catholic, first base runner for the Eagles since the 3rd. Snapping a stretch of 6 straight strikeouts with a 2-out base knock by Crummy through the right side. Hillard reached on an error, also popped out. So 1 on, 2 down, top 5. Crawford back up on the pitching rubber, comes home with it. Paints the inside part of the zone for a strike there on the righty, Hillard. Best hitter on the team through 3 games this season for Oakland Catholic. Pitch comes home, that one. Little looper out to Van Divner, just to the right of the pitching circle. It's a pop-up, no runs, a hit, no errors. Oakland Catholic strands another, and through 4.5 innings, Belle Vernon maintains a 5-run advantage as Van Divner records the out on the pop-up, and Belle Vernon a 6-1 advantage. As we'll take a break, come back, more action right here on MVI Live. It's time to customize your ride with TC Customized in Jefferson Hills. Wheels, rims, and tires, along with lift kit and lowering kits, full service auto detailing, along with custom audio systems, remote starts, alarms, custom lighting, tints, and so much more. Whatever your need is, you can completely customize your ride today at TC Customized. Call today at 412-384-5300. Back from the beach, 6-1, Belle Vernon on top of Oakland Catholic, bottom of inning number 5. 2, 3, 4, Grisnick Williams Beach. Grisnick singled and scored run number 4 for Belle Vernon last time through. That was back in the 4th. Williams reached on an E7, scored run number 5. Beach recorded a 4-6 RBI groundout. Williams the lone of the 3 to reach base twice, single and an error. 6-1 Leps on top here, bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch, strike 1 into the right-handed hitting Grisnick. Fly out, strikeout, single for Grisnick. Pitch comes home. Grisnick out to center field. Poland ranges to her left, puts the grab on it. 1 up, 1 down. As now 1 for 4 is Maddie Grisnick, and that's going to turn things over to Williams. 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. First pitch, backstop, ball 1 on Bella Williams. Missed the last game against West Mifflin. Belle Vernon was shut out in the last game, 2-0 to the Titans, who dominated today over the Rams of Ringgold. Pitch comes home. Williams fouls it off again, now 1-1 on Bella Williams. As Williams cranks it out to center field, and that ball over the wall. Williams sends it in, and it's a 7-1 Belle Vernon lead as Belle Williams cranks one out to left center. And Williams, the long ball for the Leps. Second of the season for Belle Williams, taking the trip around the beach here. And Vernon makes it a 6-run advantage. So Belle Williams with the blast for Vernon. Taylor Beach now will dig in, one in, nobody out. Vernon by 6. One and one now on Taylor Beach. 11-hit afternoon for Vernon. As 2 and 1 now on Taylor Beach. Beach 0 for 3 with a run batted in. Couple of pop outs and a ground out. One out, nobody on. Long ball by Williams. That one skips to the dish. Now 3 and 1 on Taylor Beach. Crawford on deck, 0 for 3. We reached on an error. Courtesy runner Paisley Hibner was stranded at third, back in the third. Swing and a miss, late decision there. Vernon's played at 7, but it could be much worse. They've stranded 4 through the first 2, stranded the bases loaded the last 2 innings, and there's strikeout number 2 for the sophomore. As Beach goes down looking. So 10 stranded base runners for Vernon as well. 6-run advantage for the Leps. That one misses to Crawford. Ball 1, Lilly. Reached on an E4, back in the third. 5 combined errors between the two squads. 2 on Oakland Catholic, 3 on Vernon, all in the opening 2 innings for the Leopards. Pitch comes home. Crawford takes, looking to reach base for the second time today. First time not via an error, and has worked the count well in her favor. Pitch to Crawford. 3-0, make it 3-1 now on Lily Crawford. Nobody on, nobody out. Long ball by Belle Williams. Blasting it out over the center field fence. 3-1, Crawford takes. And that's ball 4 on Crawford. Again, everybody standing still for a second. Crawford does indeed earn the free pass. See if Hibner will come run again. Paisley Hibner will do the honors over at first base, and one of the hottest bats this afternoon for Vernon, and Lauren Van Divner will step back up. 3 for 3 for Van Divner. Double, single, single with 2 runs scored for Van Divner. First pitch, Van Divner, ground ball out short. She'll go the short way Hiller to O'Connor for the fielder's choice to end the inning. But Vernon gets one on the long ball, or maybe not. So we'll go back to what I said. Short way fielder's choice, 6-4. Hibner retired. Vernon gets one on the long ball. 1 run on 1 hit, a walk. No errors, and the Leopards leave another base runner aboard, but Vernon by 6 after 5 right here on MVI Live.
It's time to level up your fitness game with Phase Up Nutrition in Jefferson Hills. Veteran-owned and operated Phase Up has been providing the community with top-quality vitamins and supplements with a priority in providing exceptional customer service. When you walk into Phase Up Nutrition, you'll get one-on-one help tailored to your specific goals. We carry a wide variety of workout supplements, pre-workout and post-workout formulas, and all types of vitamins. Come by Phase Up Nutrition today. Phase Up Nutrition, here to help you surpass those unimaginable goals.
7-1 Leopards after 5 as we head to inning number 6. It's going to be Poulin, Waffen-Smith, and Waffen-Smith as Maddie Poulin will lead things off. combined for a couple of walks and a trio of strikeouts. 0 for 4 with 2 walks, an RBI, and 3 strikeouts for the 3 girls due up combined here this inning. Oakland Catholic has West Mifflin at home on deck on the 9th. And everything weather permitting. Belle Vernon's supposed to be home versus Uniontown tomorrow, then at Laurel Highlands. Start of 3 in 3 days. There's strike 1 by Lily Crawford. She's fan 10. Crawford back up on the pitching rubber, rocks and deals. That one's lined out right center field. Charging in, Grisnick, glove meets ball, 1 up, 1 down on the F9. Now Natalie Waffensmith, the freshman. RBI walk, strikeout looking. 1 hitter for Lily Crawford, striking out 10. Errant ball comes in from the middle schoolers warming up. As ball 1 by Lily Crawford to Waffensmith, 1 out, nobody on. Crawford rocks and deals, swing and a miss, 1-1. Pitch comes home, turned on out to left center. Charge put in, this one back off the fence. As it was a long overrun of first base by Natalie Waffensmith charging down the line. So that's about the longest single you're ever going to see. Clanking it about 4 feet or 6 inches. 1.5 feet, 2 feet away, whatever you want to say, something like that from being a home run. Turns into a single and the second hit of the game for Oakland Catholic. So Kennedy can get the Oakland Catholic Eagles back on the board possibly here. Takes ball 1. Through the 5-hole, taking off Waffensmith in safely at second base. So probably where she should have been all along. 2-0 count on her sister Kennedy. Count on Kennedy Waffensmith, the sophomore, awaiting the offering from the junior Crawford. Crawford comes home. Waffensmith swing and a miss. Strikeout for Kennedy Waffensmith today, hoping 3rd time's the charm here today. Pitch comes home. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Leps by 6, 7-1 here in the top of the 6th. Pitch comes home, swing and a miss. Crawford works back, earning the punch out. That's number 11. So 11 punch outs for Lily Crawford. 3rd time Waffensmith is fanned in this one. Weir takes ball 1, 1 on, 2 down. Sarah Weir, strikeout against the righty Crawford. Only 2 Oakland Catholic Eagles have not been put down via the punch out today. That's Nina Hillard. Popped out twice, reached on an error, and Maddie Poulin, who walked in, flew out a couple of times. As Coach Tom Rodriguez scampers out to talk to Crawford, runner at second base. 2 down. Leps by 6. Crawford struck out 11. As in there for a strike by Crawford. Some other Mon Valley news. Congratulations to Ella Lotz committing to play soccer at Grove City. So Ella Lotz from South Allegheny continuing her athletic career. As this one turned on, out to left, long run, and no shot. It's a long ball. Sarah Weir with a 2-run blast with 2 down here in the 6th. As Weir will touch them all. Into score comes Waffen-Smith as well. And Oakland Catholic adds a pair. First run since the first. A 2-run long ball by Sarah Weir. And it's 7-3 here in the 6th. Third hit of the game for Oakland Catholic leaves the park. And Lily Crawford hit up for her first 2 earned runs of the evening. Chloe Fettis reached on an air, struck out there, strike 1. 2-run shot for Oakland Catholic. 3rd home run of the season by their 3rd different girl, Sarah Weir. Up and out. As reaching out, fouling it off was Chloe Fettis for strike number 2. Two outs, 2 in. 0-2 count here on Fettis. Crawford trying to bounce back after the home run. Pitch comes home by Crawford. Ground ball, or a low liner, right to Taylor Beach. Will end the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits on the Sarah Weir blast. No errors, and the base is left empty through 5.5. It's the Belle Vernon Leopards 7. The Oakland Catholic Eagles up to 3. Leps look to add on as we head to the home half of the 6th right here on MVI Live.
It's time. There's no better way to start your morning than with a fresh cup of coffee, and why not start with the best? 3-time Mon Valley favorite winner, His Place Coffee Community and More, located at 103rd Street in Monessen. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have something for everyone. From our fresh brewed coffee, refreshing cold brews, house-made lattes, fraps, and so much more. If you can't decide 4 days of the week, I'll personally be there to help you craft the perfect drink for your needs. We're also serving up house-made breakfast and lunch paninis, homemade baked goods with gluten and dairy-free options available. We are so much more than just a coffee shop, offering community outreach, including Kids Craft Day and Story Time. There's always something new brewing, and we can't wait to see you at His Place Coffee, Community, and More.
So Kennedy, Waffen-Smith back to work. Zubovic, Seipold, and Callaway. Zubovic, 1 for 3. Ball 1 on Mia Zubovic. Bottom of the 6th inning, Belle Vernon up 7-3. As Zubovic stabbed by Hillard over to Polanowski. 1 up, 1 down. Back-to-back good stabs there by Hillard. 1 to end the last inning, now on here to start the 6th. Oakland Catholic cut the lead down to 4 with that 2-run shot. Seipold takes strike 1 there. Kaylee Seipold. Triple RBI run scored. Infield single and a walk. Pitch by Kennedy Waffen-Smith. Seipold loops it back up the middle. Another base knock for Kaylee Seipold. She's now 3 for 3 for Belle Vernon. And the Leps have a 1-out base runner here in inning number 6. Callaway. 2 RBI, 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a fielder's choice. Walked with the bases loaded back in the 4th. That put Belle Vernon up 6-1. Ball 1 to Sydney Callaway there. As gets away, wild pitch, and on to second base goes Seipold. So Seipold into scoring position for Belle Vernon. 12 hits today for Belle Vernon, 3 for Oakland Catholic. 11 stranded base runners for the Belle Vernon Leopards. Eight of them have been in scoring position when stranded here this afternoon. As there's ball 4 and a free pass to Callaway on the play. Ball got far enough away for the advancement to third for Kaylee Seipold. Second walk to Callaway. Now Hayes, who's 1 for 2 with a single, a run scored, a hit by pitch, a walk, and a ground out. Shows bunt, pulls back. In there for a strike, and Sydney Callaway takes off and takes second. So 1 count here on the right-hander, Miley Hayes. Hayes turns on one, out to left center, and see you later. A long ball, Miley Hayes, a no-doubter. And Belle Vernon gets 3 as Hayes tattoos it out over the left center field fence. As double digits for the left, Seipold makes 8. Callaway 9 and Miley Hayes make it 10 for Belle Vernon. A 3-run shot by Miley Hayes. And Belle Vernon back in business and up by 7. Second home run of the game for the Belle Vernon Leopards. No doubter for Hayes. She scored 2 runs, 2 for 3 with a long ball, a hit by pitch, and a walk as Miley Hayes. Just when Oakland Catholic thought they had some life, Hayes gets the big knock for Belle Vernon. As Grisnick fouls it off. It was 1-0 Oakland Catholic after 1.5. Belle Vernon took a 2-1 lead after 1. That lasted to the 4th, where Belle Vernon would plate 4, making it 6-1. 7-1 after the Williams home run in the 5th. Top of the 6th, 2-run shot by Oakland Catholic. As Oakland Catholic brought 2 home on the Sarah Weir long ball, and a 3-run shot with a 1 out by Miley Hayes. As foul tip, or maybe got a piece of Grisnick, I think that's what they're going to say. Nope. Foul tip into the glove for the strikeout. So there's out number 2. And now Bella Williams, 2 for 4. 2 runs scored, a long ball, opposite field this time. Williams drops one off the fence. She'll go for 2. Williams into second, sliding safely as second extra base hit of the game for Bella Williams. 3rd hit overall for Williams, and Belle Vernon a 2-out base runner. Coach Rodriguez going to the bench, replacing Beach. Hammer, the sophomore. So Courtney Hammer, the sophomore, will bat for Beach, who is 0 for 4 with an RBI today. Runner at second and Bella Williams. Williams plated a pair of runs. First pitch in, Hammer out to left center, ranging over is Pullen. puts glove the ball to end the inning. Leopards strike for 3. They do it on 4 hits. It was a 3-run shot by Miley Hayes as Belle Vernon strands one more in the inning. 3 outs away from a Leopard victory. It's 10-3 Belle Vernon after 6 right here on MVI Live. It's time to customize your ride with TC Customized in Jefferson Hills. Wheels, rims, and tires, along with lift kit and lowering kits, full service auto detailing, along with custom audio systems, remote starts, alarms, custom lighting, tints, and so much more. Whatever your need is, you can completely customize your ride today at TC Customized. Call today at 412-384-5300. 3 outs away, Belle Vernon by 7. Three long balls in this game. It's Coach Rodriguez. I think we're seeing maybe a re-enter here over at first base, and that is indeed what we are seeing. O'Connor 0 for 2 leads off. Takes strike 1 by Crawford on the outer third. As that one right side drops down in front of Grisnick. Leadoff single by Sherry O'Connor, the senior. So leadoff base knock for O'Connor and Oakland Catholic. First pitch fouled off, strike 1 as back up top we go. Polanowski reached on an error, popped out and struck out. It's the 4th hit of the game for Oakland Catholic, leadoff single there. 1-1, Leps, 7-run cushion. Crawford looking to finish it off, 11 strikeouts, 2 earned runs against, swing and a miss, 1-2. Crawford back on the rubber, rocks and deals, comes home, fouled off. Count stays put on Polanowski, trying to get on base once again, scored the opening run of the game as Oakland Catholic took a 1-0 advantage in the first. Swing and a miss as Crawford gets the chase. There's out number 1. 12 strikeouts now for Lily Crawford. Addie Crummy had the first hit of the game for Oakland Catholic back in the 5th inning. Was stranded at first on a Hillard pop-out. As Crummy laces it right side, foul. Same direction she sent her first one. West Mifflin on the schedule next for Oakland Catholic. Tomorrow, Uniontown for Belle Vernon. That's a makeup game. That one misses, 1-1. Leps by 7, 2 outs away from victory here today. Stay tuned, Lions Heart Media Player of the Game here on MVI Live. Pitch comes home by Crawford. 1-2 now. On the right-handed hitting Crummy. Hillard on deck, who's 0 for 3 today. Reached on an error back in the first. One-two pitch by Crawford. Chop back to the circle. Crawford goes to Beach only for one. 1-3 retirement of Crummy. On the play, O'Connor into scoring position for Nina Hillard, who'll be looking for her first hit of the afternoon. Hillard, driven in for this year, runner in scoring position for the Eagles. Left the yard one time, pitch comes home. That one's lined out to center, hops down past Belle Williams. That's going to plate O'Connor, as O'Connor into score, and into second standing will be Nina Hillard. So Hillard, an RBI, 2-out double. Oakland Catholic plates another. That's why that 3-run shot by Hayes all that much more important. 4th run for Oakland Catholic. So now Maddie Pullen walked in, flown out twice, both corner outfielders. Callaway and Grisnick. Pitch comes home. That one's looped out to short. Hayes makes the grab on the P6. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left aboard, and Belle Vernon gets win number 3 on the year. They're now 1-1 in section play. Oakland Catholic falls here today to 1-3, 0-2 inside of section play, as Belle Vernon victorious 10-4. Your final score. We'll take a break, come back. Lions Heart Media Player of the Game right here on MVI Live.
There's no better way to start your morning than with a fresh cup of coffee, and why not start with the best? 3-time Mon Valley favorite winner, His Place Coffee Community and More, located at 103rd Street in Monessen. Open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have something for everyone. From our fresh brewed coffee, refreshing cold brews, house-made lattes, fraps, and so much more. If you can't decide 4 days of the week, I'll personally be there to help you craft the perfect drink for your needs. We're also serving up house-made breakfast and lunch paninis, homemade baked goods with gluten and dairy-free options available. We are so much more than just a coffee shop, offering community outreach, including Kids Craft Day and Story Time. There's always something new brewing, and we can't wait to see you at His Place Coffee, Community, and More.
10-4 your final. Belle Vernon at the Beach gets the victory here this afternoon. Behind your Lions Heart Media Player of the Game, that's Miley Hayes. Reaches base 4 times, a 3-run shot, scores 2 runs, steals 2 bags, as Miley Hayes, that 3-run insurance shot big for Belle Vernon, making it 10-4 your final score, as Belle Vernon gets win number 3 on the season, as Oakland Catholic plates 4 runs in this game, but not enough double digits for Belle Vernon. As we will give you the quick recap for you before sending you on your way. Belle Vernon back in the win column, snapping that 3-game losing streak. Oakland Catholic now 1-3, as Belle Vernon moves to 10-4 on the season. Lily Crawford gets the win. Oakland Catholic struck in the first, error, strikeout, error, then a walk, bringing in a run as Natalie Waffen-Smith walk, scoring Polanowski, making it 1-0. Oakland Catholic back-to-back punch-outs with the bases loaded of Waffen-Smith and Weir kept it 1-0. It would stay that way till the second inning, where Belle Vernon, Van Divner would lead off with a double. RBI triple by Seipel, made it 1-1. RBI double by Callaway made it 2-1 Belle Vernon. That would stick to the 4th inning. Belle Vernon would bat around, as it would all start with the likes of Belle Vernon's Hayes, a leadoff single by Grisnick. Reaching on an error was Williams. That made it 3-1. Leps RBI ground out by Beach made it 4-1 Belle Vernon. Then a single by Van Divner would plate another for Belle Vernon, or would keep everything moving for Belle Vernon, getting things back going. Zubovic and Seipel would both reach on a single and a walk, loading the bases with 2 outs. Callaway would walk to bring in the 5th run of the game for Belle Vernon, making it a 6-1 mark for Belle. Vernon Leps would add 1 in the 5th on a Bella Williams home run, making it 7-1, but Oakland Catholic would add 2 in the 6th. It was a 2-out, 2-run shot by Sarah Weir, cutting the deficit to 7-3, but Belle Vernon would answer right back with 3 of their own. A leadoff ground out, a single of Seipel walk to Callaway, and then a 3-run shot by Miley Hayes, making it a 10-3 game for Belle Vernon. Oakland Catholic would add 1 in the 7th on an RBI double by Hillard, scoring O'Connor, making it 10-4. Crawford gets the win, goes 7 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned, 4 hits, 11 strikeouts, walking 5. As Oakland Catholic, Kennedy Waffen-Smith, 6 innings, 10 runs, 8 earned, 15 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Now 1-3 gets the loss for the Oakland Catholic Eagles. 1 run in the 1st, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 6 left on base for the Leps. 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, 10 runs, 15 hits, 3 errors, 12 left on base. Crawford, the winning pitcher. The loss goes to Waffen-Smith. Leps now 3-5, 1-1 in conference play. Oakland Catholic 1-3, 0-2 in conference play. Time of the game, 1 hour and 35 minutes. Belle Vernon 10-4 victory from the beach. And you saw it all right here on your home for Mon Valley Athletics, MVI Live. This has been a presentation of Lions Heart Media on MVI Live.